Congratulations to Kendrick Lamar and, of course, SZA. I think a stadium tour is just a huge deal no matter what. A few things to mention. Why did I just get, sidetracked? Why did I just get sidetracked? You know what I wanted to do? I seen this on here. I know I usually do this later in the podcast, but apparently, Joe Budden had on B Dot. I don't know if you guys know who B Dot is. So B Dot is someone who used to do stuff with Elliot Wilson. If you don't know, I think they interviewed Jay-Z maybe once or twice together. They interviewed Drake together. And essentially what happened is that they stopped working together after doing this Rap Radar podcast. And really what it turned into now is that pretty much a year and a half later, you have B Dot, who went on the Joe Budden podcast, calling Elliot Wilson out, basically saying that Elliot was never his friend, and also saying that he doesn't recognize his version of Elliot Wilson. And let me just play this shit, okay? Here we go.
Evidently, Warner Brothers, the parent company, dissolved their whole media division, right? So it was us, Nori, and a couple other podcasts. You know, we became free agents. So shortly after...
Oh, yeah. That was a seismic shift in the podcast game, people. The music industry was trying to fund podcasts, which, by the way, as much as people try to say about, me or whatever, and, sometimes they be acting like a nigga like me could ever be bought or paid for. In reality, I'm only funded by myself. Like, if I don't work, I don't get paid. You know what I mean? I don't have no big deals at this point. I have deals on the table, but I don't think now is at the appropriate time for me to even look into those things. I like being just completely independent. Most of these guys have operated in a job or having some type of backing. And for a while, the music industry made a bold bet. They wanted to buy up podcasts. And I'm not going to say they were trying to low-key trying to influence these people to maybe promote the music that they had going on, but they were trying to infiltrate the podcast game. They ended that, and that's why, by the way, I think, we're not in the podcast boom anymore, right? We're in the streamer boom. Except that's going to end really quickly because there's no company that's going to be throwing big bucks to wannabe streamers or wannabe content creators who are now trying to stream, right? You're either going to pop off or you're not. So we're in a streamer boom, but it's different from the podcast boom. We had bums like Ruri and Mealy Mall. They got probably 5 times the amount of money they ever deserved just because everybody was trying to allocate or get talent, right? So you had Warner Brothers. They were trying to just overpay for shit. Spotify's doing it. Apple was considering it. And once that ended, shit's been fucked up for a lot of niggas. So anyway, this is B Dot kind of explaining what the fuck going on.
Podcast, we became free agents. So shortly after, we had a new deal presented to us.
Can we talk in the middle of this? Do we know why that happened? I know that happened. It was Warner.
It was a bunch of layoffs at the time with the record labels. I don't know why, but they decided to cancel the whole podcast division.
Okay.
So shortly after, we had a new deal presented to us, and it was good. And I was like, I was ready to go. On Elliott's end, they kind of were volleying, going back and forth in the negotiation times and representation. It was just kind of slow on the draw.
Same company?
No, different company, a whole nother network.
No, I'm saying, but the same company that you were speaking to.
Yeah. So same network.
Y'all were a package deal still.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they got to speak separate. But they got to speak separate.
You still have to speak. Yeah.
What's that?
But you guys were a package deal as a show, but you negotiated your own shit.
You had your own representative.
Yeah. I was ready to go. It was a fair deal for the most part, right? So we were trying to launch around June, July, and it was just taking a long time. And around May, we had a meeting with the company, and they were like, they basically reneged on the deal because we were taking so long. They reallocated the funds that were promised.
Wait. So y'all did eventually sign with the company?
We didn't sign anything. I was ready to sign, but I was waiting on Elliot on his side, on his end to.
Oh nah, you about to make me mad.
So while you're waiting for Elliott's side to sign, is he communicating to you what the holdup is? Is the terms?
Yeah, it was just a lot of back and forth. I was like, yo, what's going on? And, he was like, they're waiting on this and they're negotiating that. So I was like, all right, look, whenever you're ready to go, I'm ready to go too. So I was kind of in limbo and just waiting to see what the next steps was going to be. So when we had the meeting with the company, they basically told us that, we reallocated the funds, or maybe you could revisit at the top of the year. And I was a little bit ticked about that because I was like, damn, I already spent that money in my mind, in my head. You know what I mean? So,
but that's where I'm a little confused.
And we were going to try to launch the show like around June, July. So we had the meeting in May, and we were just trying to
I have no idea what he's talking about. Apparently, they ended the podcast, was trying to sign another deal. It's let me add some real context to this. After I left Complex, I was good. My agent comes to me and says, hey, and by the way, this is why I give credit to Joe, because Joe went a lot. I've benefited off like 2 moves that Joe went first, because here's the thing. There's like a big 3 in media. If you can't get Joe or Charlotte, man, you come in a big act. There ain't no way around it. You feel me? So when Joe dipped, they came and got me. That was Spotify. Spotify and Apple were trying to do some bidding war. They came with a couple million, and I was just like, I'm about to do that. Okay? I wanted to stay independent, because I felt like what I joined Everyday Struggle for, I accomplished. I had a complete, like a huge audience, but I wanted to get a little bit more mainstream, and I think I did. After I was seeing the writing on the wall with the accomplished shit, I'm like, all right, bro, I'm good. Let me just go back to doing what I'm doing. Then my agent and my lawyer says, yo, Spotify, right? And we end up signing a great deal with Spotify. After that, right, I saw the writing on the wall. And I'm giving y'all time and dates. 2021, 2022. This is coming out of the pandemic. The gig was up. It's over. By the way, if I hear any podcast, I think Gillian Wallow and them signed the last deal that's worth anything. If I hear any of y'all niggas talk about some big deal y'all have, y'all are just mentally slaves. The only way to work, and shout out to Shannon Sharp, who just basically got like $100 million, but it's not a deal what you think it is. Because the deals that they were offering is, Shannon Sharp got his own production company. He's doing this Club Shay Shay shit, and he's gonna do like a partnership deal thing that kind of resembles what Pat McAfee has, not what they were offering niggas a couple years ago. That shit is done with. So when I hear these niggas talk about it, it matters to know for me what timer they're talking about. If they're talking about post 2022, that means they were the last to the party. That means the only show they knew in town was the Let's Find a Check show. Because everybody, Joe, myself, other people, realize, okay, cool. These deals aren't getting better, they're getting worse. And the good thing about always building a brand for yourself is that when you need to rely on the brand, your own brand will get you paid. So I'm very interested to know what timeline is this. Because if it's after 2022, I'm going to say this was destined to fail just because that game was no longer existent. You know what I mean? Like, these companies, shit, I was trying to help Vlad get a Spotify deal, and Spotify was looking at me like, we're done giving out deals, baby boy. It's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. We're done with it. only Rogan getting I think Rogan and Alex Cooper was the last people who got the deal after that. The show was over. The gig is over. The music stopped. The musical chairs is done. So sometimes you'll notice like certain people who they've lived off the institution in these companies, they're still looking for shit after the wave has passed. It's like niggas applying for PPP loans in 2025. You're like, bruv, somebody got to tell you it's done. So I need to know what timeline we're talking about.
Like, figure out what the holdup was. And they basically said, oh, well, you guys took too long to sign.
But y'all were the holdup.
Well,
Elliot was the holdup.
It was also
they were the holdup.
They were the holdup.
Yes.
The company is sitting there ready, has been ready. We have this money. We negotiated in good faith. Maybe not signed.
Yeah.
But what's happening? It's only but so long that we're going to sit here.
Right. And that's kind of the mentality that I had as well. It's like, yo, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying?
And Elliot never gave you real, substantial reasons to why he wasn't ready to move.
I guess, his representation was just kind of going back and forth, volleying with the company, trying to figure out.
When you say his representation, we're talking about Rock Nation?
Not Rock Nation. Not like his lawyer, his agent, that kind of person.
The things that they were fighting for, negotiating for, would they have been things that would have benefited both of you, or was it just stuff for his individual situation?
I think it was more so both of us, but maybe it was also him as well. But I thought the terms were fair. I was just ready to get back to work. So that's what happened, and then we just became free agents. Now, that was in May, and that was the last time I talked to Elliot.
So May happens. They say we can't go any further. Do you call him what the fuck?
Y'all sitting in the office?
No, we was just over Zoom.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So I kind of had that what the fuck kind of what the helly? What the hell's going on? And that was.
But you never demanded answers from him.
Did you ever have the what the hell conversation with Elliot?
The last time we spoke to him.
That's the last time we spoke was in.
That's the part that bothers me in content creation. That part right there. Fam, y'all, and listen, if Deezus and Mero want to do it like that, cool. Them niggas say that they just met in the Bronx and had a great business idea and it was going. We wasn't friends, really. That's what came out later. You and Elliot, we don't know like that.
Right.
We don't know to be on some, hey, they just paired these two niggas together. Y'all were together through multiple ventures. So we don't expect that behavior from y'all. And if the company said nah, then when I'm going to go get with my man in the corner and talk about what's up now?
Yeah, what we doing now?
Yeah. Did you not feel like y'all deserved that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or owed that to each other?
Yeah, but
I'll call fucking Elliot right now. I'm getting mad. I can't hear shit like this.
No, I'm getting more mad at him.
I can't. Why? What B Dot did?
Let me pause the story, man. Joe, you're such an amazing actor. Joe's an amazing actor. Great actor. This is why he's a great content creator. Y'all all hearing the same thing I'm hearing. Y'all just in the room trying to pander to him a little bit to get more content. The writing's on the wall to me. Elliot was trimming the fat. Elliot started to realize I'm better off without this nigga. What Joe should tell him is this is a sink or swim moment. Joe knows this. Because when Joe told me he wasn't coming back to everyday struggle, that was going to be a sink or swim moment as well. This was the moment. Joe was going to revolt. Revolt was trying to talk to me through Joe. And I'm like, huh? That don't sound too good. If you can't swim on your own, you got to go let Joe negotiate your contract. If you're confident what you do, you're like, all right, it seemed like y'all want Joe. All right, take Joe. I'm staying here. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. Elliot Wilson and his move made it a sink or swim moment for B Dot, and it appeared that listen, and by the way, I don't want to compare completely to it because me and Joe, we had great conversations. Joe was like, bro, I ain't coming back. Yo, rob them niggas. That's what that nigga definitely said. We said on the phone. He said, stick them up. I ain't coming back. They still love the fuck out of you. And I said, Say less, my brother. I could have went with Joe and I said, nah. Listen, I believe in myself fully, and I love Joe. Maybe some way down the line we'll work together and do something great. Not everyday show, but something great together again. But there was nothing that ever made me doubt that I couldn't do what I need to do by myself, and or if that didn't work, I was still going to be fine. What this is giving me the vibes of is, yo, he left me for dead. If he left you for dead, it's exactly why he left you for dead. It was a sink or swim. He thought you were dead weight. I'm going to keep it. I'm not disrespecting. I'm not even trying to disrespect B Dot. I'm going to be honest. But this is what it's given. The nigga thought you was dead weight. He started, for whatever reason, started thinking he the star. And your reaction to this is making it seem like, bro, how could you leave me? Which means that he was a star. I'm sorry.
Well, I need to make sure I'm
He didn't
mad for the
do
right
that.
reason. No.
Because, yo, when Joe left Complex, I walked in a Complex like I was Big Dick Act, nigga. Yo, this is how I walked into Complex the next day when I knew Joe wasn't coming back. Because at first, let me tell you this. Yo, we went to LA, man. There was catering for Joe. I ain't gonna lie. I knew they loved Joe more than me. Man, Joe was bringing Sin around. Man, they was treating Sin. There was Sin not even on the show. They was treating Sin off the strength of Joe better than me and the Deska. I'm like, what the fuck going on up in there? Nigga. I walked into Complex like this. This is how I walked to the stage. Nigga, this is how I walked into Complex when Joe didn't come back. I'm the only star in town now, baby. Nigga, this is how I walked in. Nigga, when Joe left, I walked in like that. Yo, hold up now. That's how I walked in, nigga. That's how I walked in. Bro, that's what I say, sink or swim. Now, you know what I said? It's going to be hard to replace a talent like Joe Budden. Man, we had a thing. But I say I got a, you know, I call, y'all like the 300 Army. I say I got a whole lot of chat niggas that's going to be with me. We still got a fighting shot. As long as, I said, yo, they knew it. As long as you got Ack, we got the chat. We got a fighting chance. So they said, Ack, come in here. We'll make you executive producer of the show. We asked for this. Actually, we're going to ask for this amount of money. We just jumped it up a little bit just to test them, just to say, you want me to leave too? They said, nah, take it. It's like, all right. Yeah. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. I forgot what, like, we was over there. I was like, what's Sean Evans getting paid? No disrespect, Sean Evans. I want this. I was like, yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. But it's sink or swim. That's how it goes. In any duo, let me tell all y'all niggas who be, you see, I do content by my damn stuff. Y'all know. Big Ack will sit here from now till tomorrow just yapping off. I will make it. We'll do whatever. I don't care. Nigga, my liver might be blinking, nigga. Just health bar just blinking like, nigga, it's over. But we gonna make that content. A lot of y'all people that are operating in duos and never popped out by yourselves, it's very important that you know who's doing the hard carry. If the hard carry is being done by your other mans, you might want to say to your man, yo, negotiate both of our contracts. Or wherever you go, I go. It is what it is. But yo, I ain't gonna lie, I walked up in that bitch like this. You see, if B Dot was that nigga, he would have walked in strutting like, nigga, because, and again, this might be a different level still, but Elliott been trying to replace that nigga with the DJ Head nigga, huh?
Say what you want about.
All right, anyway.
He did, but
I didn't hear.
You
it.
didn't speak. You haven't spoken to him since then.
No.
have you tried?
Have y'all tried at some point?
Nah, that's nasty work. That's nasty work. That means that nigga Elliot was really trying to shed the fat. That's crazy. Now, the funny part about it, I don't know. Here's the thing, too. This is the thing about, like, always sticking with somebody. And again, I'm not taking no shots at B Dot nobody, but like, for anybody who's in a duo or whatever, or a group, or even shit, I mean, this might apply to some of the people on the JBP. Always remember that the guy who's the lead guy, he's thinking, and I think this is what Joe thought with Ruri and Mealy Mall. Any fans that love you also love me. So if I ever cut you off, I'm good. The thing with me and Joe, when we did our thing, I was bringing a complete, people who liked me didn't like Joe. And people who liked Joe didn't like me. So it was, you had to respect each other because each other was bringing a different audience. This nigga Elliot left B Dot high and dry. Like he was one of them bitches you hit up at like 3 a.m. And she think that y'all are madly in love, even though you never call her when the sun is up. And then one day you just stop calling her, you change your fucking number like it didn't even matter.
Nah.
Because I understand why you might be frustrated the fact that the deal didn't go through, but it doesn't sound like he was being. If you're saying that some of the things that he was trying to go ahead and negotiate with for both of y'all.
And I'm not speaking out of turn, and I feel like I'm throwing him under the bus. Elliott's not the best communicator.
Oh, okay.
Got it. That's not bad.
Anyone knows. Like, that's just,
Okay.
Everyone has their flaws. He's not the best communicator. So, with the communication is like, what's there to talk about? We're free agents again,
And you have no desire to work with him again?
Well, under terms and conditions may apply, but yeah.
But so from January to May.
B Dot, he not trying to work with you again, bro. He found that goofy ass, possibly bisexual nigga Jeremy from Canada, and he found the other penis guzzling nigga named DJ Head, and he realized that they, because of the proximity to the current climate of everything revolves around Drake and Kendrick, they're worth more than him, than you. And respectfully, in hip hop, you're seen as the list guy. But nobody gives a fuck about who had the top 10 verses of the year. And I'm not dissing you, brother. I'm a little lit. I'm just breaking it down really accurately, bro. I know you're gonna be like, damn, why you dissing? I ain't dissing you, bro. I'm just being honest. So Elliott's not gonna spin the block. And it's clear, which Elliott, listen, Big Act respects that. I think he's seen the current climate. He's like, this climate is niggas like Joe, is niggas like Big Charla and Big Act. And he said, yo, all that, I'm just asking you niggas questions shit, that's out the window. It's time to interject my opinion. I'm going to get on my Big Act. By the way, I've influenced a few niggas. Adam 22 told me that. All that 22ster shit came from me, and I love it. Vlad told me that shit too. And Vlad the OG when it comes to independent media. He said, Act, man, after I see you pop your shit to rappers, I now talk a lot of shit to them. And I'm like, perfect. Let's all do it. I have no problem with it. But Elliott not spinning the block on you, brother. Elliott has now settled into this idea he was a star the whole time. I'm sorry to tell you, dog. I'm sorry to tell you.
May, when y'all were in negotiation, you wasn't trying to put like the fire under his ass.
Absolutely.
Like, yo, dog, what the fuck we doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was my
Okay, so
Chat, I'm going to take my credit, and I dare one of these things to dispute it. Vlad talking more shit, that's because of me. Adam talking, the white boys in hip-hop was quiet as a mouse until they seen I was beefing with rappers every month. Hold on. You know what I showed all these niggas in the game? Fuck what these rappers are saying. I get the biggest when I'm part of the story. Nigga, I'm beefing with Lil Baby, Meek Mill. I'm beefing with the biggest rappers. They're mentioning me on the album. I'm dissing them. They're making videos. They're tweeting about me. It's all about me and them like I'm a rapper, nigga. It just made me bigger. Pause. They adopted that philosophy. And also, you know what they realized? Wait, nobody ain't killed Act yet? They ain't touched him yet? Yeah, we're all rich. What the fuck you think? What the fuck these things gonna do to you? They start popping shit too, because they all got security. Yo, Vlad got like some NYPD nigga that's dying to kill you. Don't even try Vlad. Like, y'all don't even, you know why Vlad talks so crazy? Vlad got some security, like, he got not even a former, he got current officers ready to shoot you dead. And I ain't gonna lie, Elliot Wilson is in that too. And by the way, I love it. Big Elliot, it's cool. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Now, they got B Dot sitting in the cuck chair in between two niggas explaining to them why the hell Elliot left him. Elliot ain't explaining why he left this nigga. No disrespect to you, B Dot. Don't get mad at me, gang. I'm a little drunk. Elliot not sitting around explaining why he left you. You're sitting there having a powwow with the girls. Yeah, he left me. He just stopped answering my calls. He changed his number. He blocked me on the gram. Why he blocked me from his story? I can't watch his story no more. Like, what he hiding? Like, gang, it's over. It's over. It's sink or swim time. You should never did this. I don't care what Joe told you. Yo, Joe, you're a manipulator too. I love you, but you're a manipulator. You got this man on this goddamn. I never thought B Dot was down bad because I seen him on Complex, and I know Complex be. Until I seen this interview, and I'm like, damn, this nigga kind of look hurt. I thought y'all just went y'all separate ways amicably. Me, before I was heard about the Joe Budden thing. Well, we were a great duo. I think, other than Breakfast Club, I think me and Joe was the best show in hip hop ever. And we only lasted like 8-9 months. I ain't even gonna lie. But in reality, here's what I'm saying. B Dot. They should have had you in Guantanamo Bay waterboarding you, nigga. Like fucking like skinning you or doing some crazy pause shit to you before you admitted this. Cause I'm watching this shit. I'm like, bro, are you saying Elliot Wilson left you like a side hoe? Like this shit don't even look good. Bro, I would have never admitted that shit. Fuck that. Like, this is a bad look. Yo, I watched this interview, and by the way, yo, B-Dot, I don't know if you sensitive. I met you one time in Rick Ross suite when I got invited to the Dolphins game or some shit like that at Hard Rock. I got no beef with you, gang. I'm just keeping it a bean. I'm the only nigga who I'm gonna always keep it a bean by all y'all niggas. Bruv, I never thought you was doing bad because I seen you were doing the brackets. I'm like, all right, that's kind of all right. You found, yeah, you're not with Elliot no more, but you kind of level, you good right now. And then I seen this and I said, oh, this nigga down bad. What the fuck going on? You crying over Elliot Wilson? Oh, hell nah, bro. Like, yo, Rory and Mealy Mall ain't even doing this by Joe. Angela Yee ain't doing this by Charlemagne. You got to keep a poker face. You should have said, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I should have been doing these ventures from a long time ago. You gotta cap it up. Somebody says not that serious. Nigga, it's fucking serious to me, nigga.
That's different.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, talking to him and talking to his reputation, it's just like, who's on first? Like, where are we going with this next, you know? So that was a little frustrating.
Sometimes I see people make deals and they slow walk it because they really don't want to do it.
Right.
Yo, Joe, man, I got a little beef with you, man. You revived this bum-ass nigga Mark Lamont Hill, man. He was dead in the water. CNN wanted no parts of him. How'd you revive this nigga? I think that's why I ain't do the JBP in a long time. Because I can't go up there with this nigga there, bro. I can't fuck with this nigga. I really don't fuck with him, period. He got hater energy, bro. But he was dead in the water. Vlad was trying to hire him. And I told Vlad, I said, yo, we should just hire him and just send him on bullshit interviews and, like, never put him out. Like, bro, we got to pay him, like, $1,500 a week Just like send him out and be like, yo, you're going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You're going to interview some rapper or something like that. We get the interview, nigga, and we just laugh about it on FaceTime. Like, yo, Vlad, look at this. This shit goofy as hell. Never put it out and just clown this nigga out. I'm going to host your chat. This is how diabolical we were with it. We're going to just hire this nigga and send him on dummy missions. Yo, today you're going to Culiacan. We want you to go. We were never going to put that shit out, bro. Like, we were just going to laugh at this goofy ass nigga. He used to be on CNN. Then he went on unemployment. So we're like, all right, we just going to fuck it. Like, let's just clown this nigga out. Like, yo, what the fuck? I'm looking at Vlad like, we could go half on it. Yo, Vlad, come on. You got mad bread. Vlad is showing me a Richard Mille. You know what I mean? Vlad showed me his new crib. Like, Vlad got it. Trust. I'm showing him shit. Vlad see me with all the bust down shit, 2 chains, everything. Vlad's like, okay, that's cool. But yo, I just got my Richard Mille appraised. I said, oh shit, we talking big money talk. So then we started talking about our ops. We realized he's a mutual op. Realized he's down bad. Like, CNN don't fuck with him no more. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear no politics from this nigga no more. So we like, bet, it's time to bomb on him. But I said, Vlad, let's just hire him. You know who we've been trying to do the same to? Peter Rosenberg. Nigga, we were going to send that nigga to some, like, backyard wrestling joints to commentate and pay him the same amount. Like, yo, we were going to hire Peter Rosenberg, give him $1,500, be like, yo, just commentate this, like, backyard wrestling shit. Never put it out. Just keep it in a group chat and laugh at him. Like, yo, look at this clown-ass nigga. Yo, you really think he working, bro? You know, I know it's fucked up, chat. Anyway, Joe, you saved him, man. You saved him, Joe. You fucking saved him. Anyway.
Right.
Is there any part of you that feels like this was his way of
Now this nigga's like a hip hop. Yo, Elliot, this your competition right here. I ain't gonna hold you. Elliot, I ain't offer you yet. Elliot, this your new competition, because right now you're in the big act lane. Let me tell you this. With all due respect, Elliot, nobody does big act better than big act. So that 22ster bullshit, that the new Vlad shit, the new Elliot, there's only one big act. You feel me? Y'all got to get off that hen dog and that Casamigos and really like black out on these niggas. That's what I do. Y'all niggas be trying to keep it like, no, I go crazy on these niggas. You feel what I'm saying? That's how it go. Nigga, I went so crazy on Meek, nigga, hip hop police got like, y'all niggas keeping it tame right now. So y'all niggas can't really, but your real competition, Elliot, is about to be this nigga. He's now turning into what you used to be with the journalistic questions. Hey, do you think what do you think about like the original motives of what the fuck? Nobody give a fuck about that. But he's trying to do some journalism. Actually, he competing with you and that ugly ass nigga online named Phil Lewis or some shit like that. He be just tweeting. I never heard him talk. I could tell he heard. He's competing with y'all. Like for journalistic shit. When you hear act talk, I'm roasting niggas. I'm saying whatever. I'm saying fuck these bitches. I don't give a damn. And y'all done try to cancel me 30 times, and then y'all be still punching in the air because I'll be like, yo, they still rock with him? Yes, dummy. I grew up an entire generation of people. Like the chat fuck with me forever. It's okay. Just stop, okay? Anyway,
of exiting
sabotage. I was gonna say that.
Nah, I don't think so. Because I think we wanted to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? But there's also a misconception that me and Elliot are friends.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. We're not friends. I'm not. We're friendly, and I got love for him, but we're not friends in the traditional sense. It's not like
damn right, chat. I'm drunk already, bro.
Like I'm hitting him up casually, like, hey, it's Saturday. Let's go get a couple Budweisers. Mm-hmm. You know, like that's not our relationship.
Damn. And never been.
Nah, it's never been. You know, so.
You think maybe there was a part of him that wanted the separation so that he can venture into his own realm and not have to feel like so attached to
that
y'all?
seems so passive aggressive.
I mean,
let a whole deal fall apart because he wants to separate.
No,
from
my
him.
thing is you let the deal fall apart, but then you don't even holler at me to go get another deal. Right. The deal fell apart. We ceased communication, and now I go.
I love the setup JBP got going on, man. They buttering this nigga up. I could tell the emotions is running through him. Pause.
Oh, venture out and get some other deals.
Well, you still got bills in the first.
I know.
Oh, shit.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying as far as
Yo, they attacking this nigga from all angles. Pause.
He and B Dot go, if I would feel like, yo, you wanted that to happen so that you could venture out and
do your own thing.
And
it's an anti-confrontational
test the field.
way
Like, yo,
of splitting up.
Exactly.
You could test
If
the
that's
field.
what's happening.
Because I
I'm
feel
not
like
saying-
Elliot is, for me, clearly he's trying to brand himself differently today. He's doing a lot of things that he might have not done before, just how interactive.
Man, Elliot, don't let nobody tell you different, man. The big act version of Elliot I fuck with. You get what I'm saying? I know you don't rock with Drake. It's all cool. But, you know what I mean? The only thing, and I hate to kind of parrot my man Charlemagne, just don't apologize for it. Like when you tell somebody they shit trash, or you got an axe to grind, man, fuck them niggas, man. Stay on, like, keep foot on neck. Trust.
He is in the way he's being interactive online, and he might maybe in his brain not see you being a part of that.
Also, he lives in...
I'm about to say, in Elliott's defense, he also has not been New York based in years.
Well, okay.
I live in New York. Elliot lives in Venice, in L.A., in the area. So anytime we saw each other, we were on flights. You know what I mean? Getting our sky miles up. You know, but Elliott's a cool guy. You know, working with him isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do. But I think that
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's been fun. We made history. You know, we did a lot of iconic shit. But, you know, I think the last year and a half has been exacerbated, you know, because of you.
Oh, yeah. No, now we here.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, we here now, nigga.
You are Yoko Ono.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Joko Ono.
Joko Ono.
Joko Ono.
That's funny. I got to hear more.
And I say that because when we had you on the show, 2023, I feel like you antagonized him, you gassed him into leading into this antagonistic persona that we see right now that's kind of becoming a little bit unrecognizable. And I feel like
That was deep.
I saw the effects of that shortly after because Elliott slighted Drake, he slighted SZA, who else was it? It was
Cam.
like Nicki Minaj. I was recently
Kai
Cenat,
It was
Sway, Angie Martinez, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah, it was
what,
a lot.
what the hell is going on? And I feel like your influence encouraged him to lean
You
into
and
this.
act, yo.
The villain.
Yeah.
You inspired the rebrand.
So the rage bait.
Yo, Joe. Yeah, every time I talk to Joe, I'm like, yo, Joe. By the way, Joe's a great actor. Look at this nigga acting like he don't know. He know exactly what he did. Yo, Joe, I always tell you, man, we don't do everyday struggle, but it's like we still do it. During the Kendrick and Drake battle, it was 1-2. We blocked everybody else out. We didn't want to hear from you niggas. Like, get out of here. It's just me and Joe. Just get out of here. Okay? It's the same thing going on. You feel what I'm saying? You gaslit it. I did too.
Dating is an act. He doesn't actually feel the way that he.
I don't know how if that's truly how he
He
feels.
can't say that because they're not friends for him to say that.
Well, I mean, like, he spent enough time around him professionally and personally over the years to be able to see that this is not consistent behavior
Right.
with who he's presented himself to be.
Well,
so
shit, anybody can see that who's watched him enough in his.
yeah.
No, but
Wait,
but
I
the
want
other
to
one might
rewind
have
a
been
little
the
bit to the Joko Ono shit. Do you think that that's what my message was when I went on y'all show?
Absolutely, because I wasn't the only person that felt that
What
way.
did he say? Like,
I'm paraphrasing,
paraphrase.
but it was like you're bigger than the program type shit. Like
Oh shit.
to Elliot?
Oh,
it was, I think it was to both of us.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
It was-
just to Elliot.
But I feel
Okay.
like you were talking directly more so to him, more so to me.
I spoke to him because I have more experience with him.
Okay.
I spoke to him and saw him make what I think was the wrong decision in terms of our everyday struggle shit. Elliot was who I was going to do everyday struggle with, if anybody doesn't know that.
Oh,
He didn't live here. He didn't like the terms. He left. I viewed that as a whole different experience to where it wasn't really about the money. This is I won't say a portfolio pattern, but this is a chance to change everything.
It did.
And it did.
Shit,
Yeah,
it did.
for you and I,
And
absolutely.
and
did.
it did. And Complex, that shit
And Complex,
changed
yeah, for sure.
everything for all parties involved.
For sure.
Elliot made
Changed
a different
media.
decision. Elliot continued to take a check. When I get the money that I'm happy for from a company, and when that opportunity
Shout out to Tyler, man. I think Tyler was giving him a bag.
is gone, I'm going to find another company. And I'm going to find another company. And I'm going to find another company. And then I'll look for another company. I'm totally against that.
All right.
So I try to preach a message of empowerment of you're bigger and better than that, or at least give yourself a shot to find out. Not go become a caricature of yourself and do a bunch of shit and say a bunch of shit you don't necessarily believe or believe in.
You think he's doing that now?
No, but to the people that think, like Mel said, do you think he is rage baiting or fronting? I don't know, but that wasn't my message to him.
But in your original message,
I don't think Elliott's doing none of that. I think I've seen enough of Elliott's opinions or whatever. He's exactly what you think he is. He's jealous. He's egotistical. He's confident. He's opinionated. And he thinks he's the best. I don't think there's nothing wrong with all those traits. You get what I'm saying? But I get why these niggas are saying, because they said when they knew him, I don't know, back in the day, he wasn't that. Every time I see this nigga tweet, it basically says he's petty. Oh, I got to add petty into it. Yeah. Drake tried to play with him, nigga. He tried to make sure he shits on Drake at every point. I can't be mad at it. He's constantly trying to compete with the people who are mentioned at the top of the media rankings. I mean, he's keeping it consistent to me. I don't know about y'all niggas. I think they know like a meek version of him, which I don't know that version.
Now, if he looks out at the landscape and he sees the only people that are being somewhat successful that are independent and they're doing these things, that might be, I got to do that, or I got to play like them to become successful.
The person that says that, I say they didn't look at the whole landscape.
That's a bad way to look at it.
They didn't look at the whole landscape.
I feel like the people who are successful in doing that, they came and they go, and you start 10 years before that being very calm, very journalistic, high morale on certain things, and then you switch 10 years later to this whole different personality. People point that out.
Yeah, but that could also be.
But tell me somebody that's. I'm sorry.
That could also be you thinking the game has evolved a little bit. Like the way I do shit ain't what's out here moving no more.
Or show me somebody that's doing it how I'm doing it, that's being successful, because he's been not taking a check.
He's been constantly saying that journalism.
Okay. And then apparently Elliot called in. It's a short clip. Let me see. Where's the clip at? All right, and then we'll get off of this topic.
You let the company come between fucking you and B Dot, you piece of shit.
Yo,
you let the company. You ain't even spoke to B Dot since May, you piece of shit. Are you crazy, Elliot? And you rode off to the sunset in LA with Jeremy Heck and DJ Head and got a fucking Up Rocks deal. Are you crazy, Elliot?
Listen, the Joe Budden Network Rap Radar Podcast. Let's do it. What's up with that? You and Charlamagne are funny. You know, you and Charlamagne are funny because y'all got all these critiques and shit. Meanwhile, you're in a position of power to work with brothers. And, it's a lot of talk.
Now we talking.
Now we talking.
Put your money.
Yes, you have networks. You have power position to launch other podcasts, offer your colleagues a podcast you had great respect for a deal. The open market saying they don't want Rap Radar podcasts. I think that's fucking wrong. But
so then you get with your man and put your work boots on. So then you get with your man and put your work boots on.
I get a job, nigga. That's right. I need a job. Niggas get jobs.
No, but it's been
tremendous entrepreneurial success like yourself. It's still a job. So yeah, I get a job in California. I try to build Up Rocks up. I create a new show. I try to reinvent myself, and that's what the fuck I'm on. What you want me to do? We can pick up where we left off in 1 minute.
Are you interested in doing that?
Situation. Right? Yes, of course.
Well, part of doing that is calling your man that you ain't spoke to in
11 months
since the deal was canceled that you ruined.
B Dot said to you he's open to anything. If there's a deal on the table, we would go right back to work.
But why does it have to be?
Yeah, Elliot, that's my only critique of you, man. You gotta tell niggas straight up, man. You shed the dead weight, man. I always say this, man. The worst thing a woman could give a man is hope. If she don't want that nigga, she gotta say, there is no chance, no. If she's like, oh, well, not right now. Like, if she gives a nigga hope, a nigga will keep chasing her from here to Narnia, bro. You gotta tell that motherfucker no.
A deal on the table to speak.
We ain't doing that shit for free.
Because he needs.
I'm talking about I'm not talking about checking on the well-being of somebody you worked with for a decade. That's it.
I'm always digging up his content, the unlisted shit.
You said you're doing everything but answering the question.
So now you're the monitor.
Hey, we on our Capricorn shit, nigga. I feel you now.
Now you're like the monitor of male friendship and shit. You're the guy. You're the fucking guy.
Well, no, actually, I'm the nigga that says fucking born alone, die alone. But since you want to be out there with a show looking like friends, let's fucking act like friends.
I think we're more business partners than friends. He's always said that. Like, more,
no, he said, don't worry, you said it again today. You said it again today, buddy.
Is that Mel laughing in the back?
Everybody.
I hate all you niggas. Wait, so y'all talk to this nigga and as soon as the nigga leave, like, we're gonna bang on Elliot?
No, he's here. No, he's here. He's right here. No, shout out to B Dot.
Hi, Elliot.
No, we ain't phony. We
ain't talking about your baggy breath. Say
hi, phony nigga.
Hi, I'm not saying that.
I fired the agency after that too, as I told B Dot. B Dot knows. I feel like they dropped the ball, so I took responsibility for that.
Rap radar shits were expensive to shoot. That wasn't just no simple.
I heard that.
Nigga, do they both got Zoom? I don't want to hear this shit they fucking talking about. Do like Shannon and fucking Homeboy with the split night. Yo, Elliot, don't make me mad up in here.
Last time I was in New York, I partied with Ice. I was in New York for fucking 2 days, right? Shout out to Ice.
I'm gonna hang up on this nigga in 2 seconds. I swear to God. Elliot, I don't give a fuck about you partying with Ice.
That has nothing to do with this.
That's the
if you could party with Ice, then you could hit.
I'm not in New York. I'm not in New York.
Okay.
Y'all niggas call me, and this apply to everybody out there now that's done it. Call me to come do your show, and I show up. Let me know that if the show ends, you will never speak to your co-host again. I feel like I should know that before I make the decision to come up there. I done did these shows 3 fucking times. They hate each other.
Here's the plan. Me and B-Dot will have a meeting, get back on the same page, and then we'll have a meet with you, Joe. How about that? All right, buddy?
Don't man on me, man. It's over.
There you go. So you just want to stuff shit out. You want to do
so I B Dot, nigga. You stay on there. You stay over there with hacking them niggas.
I dare you, nigga.
What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Y'all ain't gonna do shit but get fried up, the 3 of y'all. B Dot come to the dark side. We gonna get rid of some of this journalistic integrity shit, nigga. We sending shots.
I just want to say I love the Joe Budden podcast. That's all I gotta say.
We love you too, bro. We love you. All right, say bye to B Dot.
Bye, B Dot.
Bye, Mr. Wilson.
That's disgusting. You can feel
Okay. All right, whatever.
Y'all.